intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you. And I clearly needed to be shot in the face with some energy refreshing spray because I literally just spent the last 10 minutes or longer trying to figure out how to get my camera to turn on so that I could live stream. So I am so glad Mercury is direct. I've been talking to all my spiritual business owners and all my baddies who have been saying, like, I'm not one to plug into the negativity of retrograde, but OMG, the level of like back end issues, trying to get the camera connected. I was an affiliate for a program and none of that got connected. Like, so many crazy things happen. I've had to reschedule the manifesting tea party that we're doing in May in Dallas 3 times, and it will be 4. I still haven't figured out the date. It's in limbo. So it's just been a wild season of change. And today is one of those days in astrology that what is meant for you to be is what is meant for you to see that is no longer in alignment with your life is going to be a like Las Vegas sparkly sign to show you like you're in the right place or you're absolutely out of alignment and it's time to let go of those old patterns and pass. So, hey, let's just take a minute. Hello, everyone. Hi, Katie. Hi, Nikki. Oh, hello, Laura. So good to see you guys. Okay, I'm going to spray that again. And this time we're going to hope that a gust of wind doesn't bust me in the face with it. All right, just take a moment to receive that energy that you need to be at peace, present, and back in your body. After a wild day in the cosmos, it really is a day of finding that clarity that you've been asking for, right? We're moving in between a new moon and a full moon. So this is kind of the time where the shadows are being revealed. The clarity is starting to come to the forefront of your mind, and your intuition is probably getting louder, saying like, this is what I want. I don't know about you, but today started off with me getting what I now know is a fake cease and desist for Goddess Retreat. I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? That's like my life's work. So I took a moment. I did yoga. I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna go there. I saw the email. And this is all about nervous system regulation. Instead of spiraling, I was like, what is the one thing I know I cannot skip today? And that is my yoga. That is my movement. So I went outside, I did my yoga, and then I really sat down with the email to really kind of figure out like, this is actually a fake email, which has happened in the last month for the Elevated Life trademark. So this is the second time I've been hit with a weird trademark scam. Second time around, I felt a lot more calm and like, we can handle this, no problem. Only to find out that it was fake. But what it did have me do, and I kind of shared with my mom and my astrologer mentor, I was like, I'm questioning everything in my life right now. And sometimes those moments like today in astrology are those moments where you're like, what am I doing with my life? Is this in alignment with what I want moving forward in the next chapter? And what do I need to surrender? What do I need to let go of and give myself permission to say, okay, it's time to close that chapter. It's not easy. Sometimes closing those chapters are on things that you love, but you just don't have the capacity or the space to hold all of it anymore. And that's not to say that you're not better than, or you've gotten worse, or that you're failing. It's just that you've reprioritized what your boundaries are, how much energy and effort you're willing to put out. And also, evaluating, I'm like, what's the word? Evaluating how much you're getting in return for all of your efforts. You might in one area of your life be putting in a minimal amount of effort and energy, yet you're getting maximum return. Or for example, you might be trying to market the hell out of this other part of your business and crickets, nothing's happening. But every time you mention this one thing, everyone's like, oh my God, sign me up. I want that. Can I buy the bread? So there might be something in your life that's showing very obvious of like what people are asking for. And that should help you to find some clarity on what direction to move. So I share a little bit of that on my own personal journey of what's gone on today. And then not being able to get my camera connected. Sometimes the life throws these curveballs and these challenges, and it's to find out who are you in the becoming of these goals and these dreams and your big vision. It's not necessarily the goal itself that's going to bring you the joy, but it's who you've become in the process of that. And I have to say that in my becoming of getting hit with 2 trademark scams, I was very proud of myself for like, don't skip yoga, don't go spiral, let's just get to the mat, ground myself and then like go at it. And because I was grounded, because I was regulated, it was very easy to see like some of the email was like, this is bullshit and the links don't work and the QR code you sent me doesn't work. And so it would, and then I did my own research and found that the trademark is actually dead. And you know what? Here's the full circle blessing in disguise. Since that trademark is dead, y'all, I'm going to snatch it up right now. So don't be crazy. Don't go do anything crazy. Okay. Like I'm doing the live, but I'm gonna go snatch up this trademark. And it just kind of showed me sometimes these challenges happen in your life to reiterate exactly the direction you are going so that it like gives you more fight and more energy. I mean, part of me this morning was like, well, do I just change the name to like Shine Tribe Retreats, which is actually kind of how it started. I'm like, or do I call it like Embodied? Like I'm thinking of all these like divine feminine names. I'm like, what if I just change the name? But the truth is like, it's been goddess retreats for years, goddess gatherings for even longer than that. So I'm like, I think I'm going to fight for what I've built an entire empire and ecosystem with this community. And yeah, goddess energy. So sometimes those challenges come up to remind you, like, keep fighting for what you believe in, stand up for what you believe in, and don't back down at these fake scammer emails. Another example I'll give you, this will be your spirit says for today, before I pull your oracle cards and tarot. I had a client reach out to me and she said, you know what? I got the job that I've been interviewing for. We had been doing one-on-one coaching and I was like, oh my God, fuck yeah, that's so exciting. It's like so amazing when my clients are hitting these amazing goals. I've got one gal who owns this beautiful custom fragrance shop in Chicago, and she's been messaging me, I'm having record-breaking sales days, and she's like at home nursing. So it's like showing her that she can surrender control of her business and it will still be abundant. Big lesson there. Now, this other client, she reached out to me and she's like, I got the job, but they can't afford me. And I celebrated even harder because that just means that this is the challenge that the universe is providing her to show her that she's valuable, that she's worthy, that she's capable of stepping into that next abundant phase of her life, and her ability to put herself out there to speak her value and to say, this is what I want to be paid. And for them to say, you're highly capable. We'd love to have you. It's just not in our budget right now. Doesn't mean that her worth is off or that the timing is wrong. It is actually showing her that she is standing up for her values. She's speaking her worth, and she's setting up a boundary to say, I won't take less, even though this sounds like a great opportunity. So I celebrated even harder when she got the job, but didn't get the job. Like, what a cool win. So please know that if you're in this season of experiencing a challenge, it might just be there to either show you the clarity of like, this ain't it anymore. Or on the other side of that coin, wow, I didn't know this was like my heart and soul. This is my mission. This is what I want to stand up for and fight for and continue going after. Remember, when you see women building their dream life or building their dream business, it didn't happen yesterday. And most likely the ones that you're seeing have the successes are someone who's been in the game for well over a decade. In fact, I've been in this business for 20 years. So if you're seeing the people having success, know that this did not happen yesterday. This was not an overnight success, but it was an alignment of, this is what I stand for. This is what I'm passionate about. This is the mission I want to create in the world, and staying consistent. Not giving up. I love when planes fly over doing any of my readings because it's always showing me like we're moving in the right direction. Especially if we're moving to Florida for goddess retreat. Not that we're moving, but hey, that would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind a Florida energy, but those always signify travel, of course, with planes. So good energy for traveling ahead and also showing us that we're headed in the right direction. So your spirit says message for today is that the challenges that are happening in your life are not there to make you question your worth or your value, but maybe just your commitment. Is this something my heart is really in? Do I really want to fight for this? Or have I grown and blossomed? And this is, I told her, it's like fighting the final boss. Like you never get to the end of a video game and there's not a final boss on each level. Okay, who has played Sonic here? Final boss every single level. And so this is just a reminder that when you get to that final boss of this current level that you're in, it just means that you're up leveling to the next one. And if that's something you struggle with, this is exactly what I teach in my program Shift. I feel like it's come up every single time. I told y'all last week I would actually send an email about it. So I'm doing that in the replay email. I promise. I'm going to talk about at this equinox shift is hey, there you go, is the perfect time to recognize where your patterns, that the patterns that you've outgrown, the old goals that no longer align, and really get clarity. I mean, between Shift and my authentically aligned goal setting guide, you should be set, okay, on how to figure out what the hell you want and how to get it with like the perfect balance energy, not overworking, and not making it so hard on yourself. I am all about that divine feminine ease energy. I'm not saying there's not work involved. It just doesn't have to be hard work. Okay, we didn't sign up for construction like my dad did. That was hard work. Hi, darling. Hi. Oh my gosh, Ati. So I commented on one of the posts about the speaking at Fempire, and I was like, hey girl, are you coming? And I wrote your name in it at ATI, and freaking Instagram like flagged my comment on that saying it was spam. I'm like, no, that's her name. Like, hello, like rebuke, like rebuttal. This is not correct. So I thought that was so crazy, sister. So just had to share that funny message. Okay, so I digress. Spirit says when challenges show up, it is a test to see, are you committed or have you outgrown it? And either is great. Okay, just don't stay stuck. So I'm going to start off with my Shine from the Inside Oracle. I'm going to pull you a message all about your self-love, your self-care rituals to see where you can really show up to support your most authentic self at this time. And then I'll pull you some tarot cards to see what energy we need to pay attention to this week as we're shifting out of an old season and moving into Aries season. I mean, Pisces is that final zodiac of the bunch, and it always brings a sense of grief, closure, endings, and celebration. So last week I asked you, what are you celebrating? This week I want to ask you, while we're tuning in, what is it that you're making? What is it that you're letting go of to make space in your life? Is that misaligned relationships? Is that being busy? Is that the longest to-do list you've ever created? Whoa, hello. Okay, that's like 18 cards, Spirit. Like what? All right, we're gonna speed read it because I feel like I can't not read all of them that just flipped out like that. So what is it that you are making? What are you letting go of to make space for what? So I'd like to know two things. What are you letting go of and what's going to replace that? It's like anyone who quits smoking. If you don't heal the addictive personality or the tendency or the behavior or that repetitive habit, they always replace it with something else. So is it eating? Is it chewing gum? Like it usually just transfers to something else, hopefully more positive, unless you figure out that root cause of why are you unconsciously creating these habits and repeating them. Okay, sister, we had like 5 cards come up. So we're going to speed read the oracle and see what comes up for this week. The first one is surround yourself with your soul tribe. So this is a great reminder that you do not have to do life alone. You have a sisterhood that wants to support you, that sees you and accepts you for who you authentically are. So if you have not put yourself in the room virtually in the Shine Tribe Sisterhood or physically, locally to any of my events like Summer Solstice, our Manifesting Tea Party, or even, hey, it's not local, but we're going to Florida for our 7-day goddess retreat coming up next month. If you feel like you haven't found that soul sisterhood that actually supports you and cheers you on, not the like half-assed, hey, how you doing? How's it going? DM, how can I support you in your business kind of bullshit? I'm over those relationships. Like, tell me about who you really are, what you love, where you like, what are you working on? What lights you up? Not just like, what is your goals in your business? Like, oh my God, if I get one more AI written DM or pitch, I'm going to lose it. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for authenticity, not AI. So if you can't write me a fucking hello, welcome, I love you message without AI, I don't want to be your friend. Okay. I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm being true to myself. And maybe you're feeling that way. You're like, maybe I'm tired of wearing this mask because I came from this religion or I came from this background or this old belief or this old money story used to hold me back in allowing myself to put myself in the room or to be seen. This is a reminder to surround yourself with the people who get you, who love you, who lift you up. And it shouldn't be hard. Okay. There are relationships that I've connected with through DMs that I'm like, you're instantly my best friend. Here's my phone number. And that is not the easiest to do for me to just bust out my phone number. I've had it since I was 15. It's sacred. It's a good number. I don't want anything to happen to it. But there's also messages that I get in my DMs and I'm like, skirt, like not the way to approach me, ma'am. So I think it's very clear when you put yourself in alignment and when those relationships are easy, that is your soul tribe. When they're hard, they're offering you a lesson, a reflection of growth or something like that. So they're also great, but stop wasting your time if it's like hard and it's not connecting. There's been people that you would see famous on the internet that I've been connected to for over a decade. And every time I DM them, it's like, just why? We've been knowing each other for so long. Why is it so hard to like get you to take your walls down? I'm done playing with those relationships. They're no fun. Okay. I come with my heart open, full vulnerability. And anytime I do a podcast or a connection call with someone, they're like, wow, you just like opened your heart and soul and like told me, like you told me the truth. Yeah. Because if we don't come from a place of truth, then how are we going to build a real relationship? So there's my rant on soul relationships and friendships. Let me know if I'm not alone here. Let me pull up these chats. Hello, studio, public chat. Where are we at? How do I get back to this chat? Okay. There we go. Okay, hearts. Hello. Hi. Oh, it's so good to see you. Anna in the house, or Annie, Anika. Not sure. And also Lisa's in the house. Hello, everyone. Okay, I said I was going to speed read it, but I went on a tangent. So here we go. The next one is You Are Perfectly Beautiful. What a great reminder that, as I mentioned, finding your soul tribe is about being okay. I thought 6 o'clock was the right time to do Woo Woo Wednesday for the lighting, but maybe we'll try 7 next week. Just because it's it's crazy. She says you're not alone. Oh my gosh, Nikki, I know you get it. I know you get it. So surround yourself with your soul tribe and you are perfectly beautiful. So as you accept yourself, you're going to attract the people who also accept you. As long as you continue to judge yourself, you're going to put yourself in rooms with those harder to reach. Maybe I'm seeing a pattern here. Like it's hard to, I don't know, if you come at me with authenticity, like done, like I'm here, open door. If you come at me fake, wearing a mask, like trying to people please or forcing, it ain't ever going to work. So it's an interesting, like how you relate to yourself is how you relate to other people. And remember that what makes you different, your blue hair or your weird teeth or your crooked nose or your like extra roll or your third nipple or whatever it is that you're rocking that makes you feel not enough, not perfect, like I heard this saying one time in the salon that God always gives everyone a humble trait. So like whatever that humble trait is, when you can learn to accept that you are beautiful despite being different or weird or unique, that's actually your magic. That's your superpower. And when you can love and accept that, you're going to start to attract people that also love and accept that. This time is good. Okay, thanks. I mean, it's just like blinded me coming in. So love that you like the lighting and the timing. Yeah, I was thinking I've been doing it at 3 o'clock for almost 10 years. And I love all the people that get to show up. And I also did that because a lot of our viewers are in the UK and the Australia and other parts of the world. However, I am liking the nighttime vibes and energy. Plus, it doesn't break up my day because this is a whole production, especially when it takes 10 minutes to get the camera to turn on, to be able to set up the camera, get it all going. And I'm just telling you from a workflow perspective, that like it's like there's a kink in my day because I've been pitching Good Morning Texas, Dallas Observer, all the local media outlets for summer solstice this year. And I'm like, shoot, it's 3 o'clock. I'm like, but wait, last week we said we would go at 6 and I never changed the recurring Woo Wednesday time. So we may continue with the 6 o'clock hour. Actually, if you're watching now or watching the replay, please let me know. Do you prefer 3 o'clock Central or 6 o'clock Central? I genuinely want to know. Okay, so much for speed reading. Embrace your inner divine goddess. This is the cover of the deck for a reason. This is all about what I teach in my Manifest Your Dreams method, where we embody divine feminine energy and also balance it with masculine energy. Most of us know how to do masculine energy just fine. Unless you're like creative, whimsy, woo-woo, and have literally zero structure in your life, then you're definitely on the divine feminine side. Or ADHD. I'm not sure. We'd have to have a chat. But embrace your inner divine goddess is a reminder for you to open up and receive. Your relationship to pleasure and your capacity to open up and receive is directly in relation to how much you can actually hold for yourself. And when this card comes up, it's showing me that it's time to tap back into your creativity, into your sensuality, into your pleasure, into the flow and your intuition of being flexible. These are are all words that describe the divine feminine. So when I see embrace your divine feminine, it's asking you to surrender. It's asking you to trust all the things I teach in Shift: surrender and trust. That's the S and the T in Shift. Um, this is saying the more you tap into that playfulness, the freedom, the expansiveness of what it feels like to just explore your gifts and be curious, this is really what's going to put you into an attractive magnetic state. So when I see all of the, I'm seeing a pattern here. So when I see all of this, this is like girl power energy. Look at, we got girl power energy right now. So this is showing me that as we start to open up and receive, and we take those walls down that we've put up around our heart, it will actually start to attract the right community, the right people. It'll put you in the right place to be able to be seen, to be reflected back, like that there are other people like you, that you're not alone. Katie says 6. Okay, thank you. I appreciate y'all's time. I'm in the UK. I remember doing one of your lives years ago, and it was starting at 1 a.m. and went on for hours. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. That sounds like a full moon gathering that we did, babe. Why I booked a call shortly after I found you. You are so real. Oh my gosh, Tanya, thank you so much. I loved our readings, and I can't wait to see you at Summer Solstice in person. Oh, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys talking. It really feels like I'm not alone here. I love knowing who the community is, where you're from, how you got here, how you're engaged, and how I can best support you through all of this. Okay. Other 2 cards that came up for the week. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. This is a great reminder that how you be is what you see. I've never said that before, but there you go. How you be is what you see. What you're planting and how you're feeling and operating on the inside is going to be what you experience and manifest on the outside. So I always tell people when I see this card, especially when I'm reading women in big, like, mastermind rooms or things like that, and people pull this card, it's a reminder that everyone is usually trying to control the outside. Let me see if I can manage or manipulate this relationship, or maybe if I'm on top of this or control this part of my business, that will get change, or that will attract the right client, or will XYZ, whatever your goal is. But the truth is, and I'm not using AI to say that or read that, but I guess that is a phrase that we use. So the truth is that instead, I'm like, fuck, I like threw myself off. When you want to change something, you don't change the outside, you change the inside, how you feel, how you relate, what your belief systems are, where your boundaries are, where you're lacking self-trust, where you might be overstepping your own boundaries. So if you want to create change, it starts with what you think and feel on the inside. I always teach in my Manifest Your Dreams method, the power of the heart in manifestation. So many people talk about needing to know exactly the why and the details, and all of that is great for your mind, but what is actually magnetic and going to attract to you what you really want is the feeling behind it. The reason why you create all those mental details is so that you can actually cultivate the correct feeling to be in that vibration of receiving. If we say, I want more love in my life, but our internal state and the way we feel on the inside is like, nobody fucking loves me, I hate myself, I don't want to wake up today, like, we're going to attract just that. But if we say, I want to create more love in my life, and we attune ourselves on the inside by cultivating the feeling of what would more love in my life feel like, and we can use our visual imagination to say, well, it would look like this, but that would make me feel like this. And we can start to cultivate the feeling. Our heart magnetizes 5,000 times more than our mind. So you can be clear as day in your mental images and the details. And like when we create our client avatar, it's like they want to get so specific, like, what color nail polish is she wearing? Like, get out of here. When I work with my clients, they make me feel blank. And that's the energy I want you to come up with when you're talking about attracting people into your life, whether it's a partner, a client, or a friend. Like, it's about how would you feel when you're with that person, when you're coaching that person, or if you're calling in a mentor, how would you feel if you were in their orbit and their experience? So if you want to change your reality, change the way that you think, feel, and the beliefs that you're tuning into, but mostly how you feel. Hi, Miss Gail. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Hi, Amanda. Okay, last card. Your soul whispers love, your ego shouts fear. Wow, 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 wow. Well, if this isn't a great reminder that as we are changing the insides, it's going to be the ego that you hear. It's going to be the ego shouting, like, you can't change that. You can't do that boundary. Are you crazy? What do you mean intuition told you to do that? Like your ego's going to be popping off. And so it's important for you to know that as you're making these changes, to just be aware of the internal dialogue that's going on, because sometimes that clarity can lead to that freedom and breakthrough. When you recognize yourself shit talking yourself and bringing up all those crazy questions like, who are you to do that? Or why can't I do that? Or it's not possible for me. Having that awareness of what your ego is shouting makes it so much easier for you to ignore that shit, right? And then focus and tune into what your soul is whispering. And that always comes from a place of love. It would feel good. Remember, it's our mind that's trying to create the pictures, but our mind is the one that can be crazy. Our heart, though, our heart is always on point and never leads us astray and would never make you feel less than, bad, not capable, not worthy. And so any of those feelings that you're cultivating within your system, within your inner world, is because you're choosing to do that. And I know that that is a radical lesson and responsibility, but that's the fast track. Okay. It's not another course, although fucking Shine School will help you because I teach you how to take responsibility rather than do it for you. Have we heard that shitty repeating pattern that isn't working for anyone before? So it's about taking that responsibility and choosing to tune into. I have crazy thoughts too, y'all. I'm not saying that you're free of them. It's just I choose not to listen to them. So this is saying that you have the power. So if you're like, I don't know, I keep attracting drama and chaos, which was last week's message, it's probably the way that you're creating the energy on the inside. And so I know it's uncomfortable and I know you don't want to hear it, especially if you're the one, causing the chaos in your inner mind. Oh, these birds are going crazy right now. Then it's going to be a tough message to hear, but it will liberate you. It will set you free. So 5 cards this week from Shine from the Inside Oracle. I think Spirit had a message for you today to step into your authenticity by owning and accepting and loving who you are, your quirks, your talents, your gifts, your skills. That is going to attract you with your soul tribe. So let them in, let the walls down, open up to receive. Let your hair down, be more free. It's so fun watching all the women who are joining Goddess Retreat next month talk about their outfits and how they're already planning and they're already packing. And now I'm like, but what if we do a red outfit too? So I'm like throwing a whole loop into the mix. So it's just really amazing to see them embrace their inner divine goddess. Like they get to play dress up, they get to feel like a queen, they get to be pampered, and watching them prepare for stepping into that goddess energy has been so fun. The last half of the message is that you create what you want, and it starts by how you think and speak to yourself. There are so many tools within the Shine Tribe community, from our self-love guided meditation to Shine School to any of our in-person events to, hey, working in the elevated life with me and Chris, who's a hypnotist and will help to reprogram your subconscious, literally the fast track cheat codes. We have a saying in the elevated life, just press play. All you have to do listening to his audio is just press play and the transformation happens. That's the beautiful part about subconscious work, is that so many of you are trying to work harder. As I mentioned at the beginning of this call, is like you think you have to work harder, but you just need to work in alignment. And most of us are operating out of alignment. Our belief system says one thing when our goal sheet and our to-do list says another. So if you need support in that, just shoot me a DM. Let's have a conversation. I'm not sending you to any website. I'm not telling you where to go, because there's a million places I could send you based on the 20 years we've been in business. But I will say that I want to have a conversation. This year for me is about building deeper and real intimate relationships. So instead of just lurking my Instagram or YouTube or social, like actually connect with me. Send me a message. Let's chat. I'd love to be able to support you and send you a podcast or a resource or a free meditation that might help support your journey. Okay, I feel like I can't not read a tarot card for this week. So I'm going to say one, but you never know. Spirit has clearly free reins around here. Okay, y'all. How did y'all love this message this week? This was so fun. Okay, let me just pull up these. Okay, great. Oh, so fun. Oop, sorry, I closed it. This is so good. Okay, just checking all of your comments. So nice to see everyone. All right. And if you know a soul sister who would love to be a part of the Shine Tribe Sisterhood, who you know is just as sparkly and unique as us, and wants to feel loved, seen, supported, and celebrated, then definitely invite her to the community. I'm like distracted by the bottom card because I was like, ooh, I should tell them about this. So one of my practices in tarot, and if you're in Tarot 101 or if you've ever taken that course, then you'll know I talk about this, but I always pull a card and then I look at the bottom of the deck. For me, I think of the card as the statement of the day. And then I look at the bottom card and that's like the period of the sentence. It's like, okay, well, that's the message. But also like if for any girlies who like that extra clarity, it kind of shows on that bottom card. Now, I'm not saying that's true for everyone. The way that this operates is, again, your belief system. So if you believe it to be true, then you're going to operate in a frequency that attracts the right message for you with that style. I've met clients that will shuffle, 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 and then they'll count to card number 7, and that's their card every time. I could never do that. That's too structured for me. I just like a good, like, what's our message? And hope that it flies out, makes itself obvious. But the bottom card is one of my own signature, unique approaches to how I read tarot. Maybe other people do it. I don't know, but intuitively, that's just what I've always done. Can we go to the UK next year for the goddess retreat? I will be ready then. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. In fact, one of our goddesses who joined us in Shine School years ago, and then she came to goddess retreat when we did Costa Rica, our first international one. She is actually hosting a UK, I think it's a 1-day retreat. It's in a gorgeous like hotel castle thing. I can't, her name on Instagram is the People Pleaser Rehab. Go check her out. Vicky, she's amazing. If you need help finding her or this retreat, it's super affordable. It's in the UK. It is in April, I believe. April or May. I think it's April. I've been having so much fun coaching her to getting, she says, I want to keep the same bougie luxury quality that you do for all of your retreats, but I want to do it over here in the UK because we don't have anything like that. So I'd love to send you over to Vicky's retreat for now, but I will keep that in mind. I've never actually been to the UK. Okay, so tarot card for the week. Y'all, I just want to talk. I'm here to hang out. 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is all about turning your back away from society, away from cultural norms, and stepping into your spiritual path. So what this is telling me is that you're moving into a next chapter of your spiritual evolution where you're going to authentically align with who you are and then step into an opportunity and a magnetism of attracting the people who support you, that who get you, who vibe with your mission and who help want to elevate you. Sometimes this card this card can feel like a lonely card sometimes because you feel like you're the only one. Like you're the only one in your city that is into the sparkle magic that you're into, or you're the only one in your family that like talks to the fairies and like has a mission to help people in the world. So sometimes this card feels a little bit isolating, but on the other side of that is a reminder that when you take time to retreat into your own self and into your own reality and your own world, you and you alone will be the one that gives the green light on moving forward with those aligned actions in this next chapter that you're moving to. When I see the 8 of Cups, it shows me that there's a higher level of learning. There's a higher level of operating in the world from a more spiritual place. And it's no longer about chasing the money or having the car or getting the big house or like checking the boxes of what culture told us to do. This is you being a rebel and going rogue on society and saying, I am going to follow my own path. I'm going to be led by my spirit within. I'm going to trust my intuition and I'm going to do what lights me up unapologetically. And I'm going to embrace and own the natural gifts and talents that I have. And sometimes for you to discover what those natural gifts and talents are, if you're not already in the business of sharing them, sometimes you just need to take a step away from society, from your normal day to day, and really figure out like, what is it that lights you up? That's why I love the goddess retreat so much, because it's not about fixing what is broken. Although anywhere you're stuck in your chakra system and past healing, we will uncover and bring up, which is great. But that's not the point. It's about actually creating the space, getting away from your day-to-day habits, routines, norms, because when you put yourself in that room, it's a reflection of 12 other women, including myself, looking back at you and saying, oh my God, I see this brilliance in you. How have you been diminishing your light for so long? How have you been stuck in, I'm just going to give a random example. How have you been stuck in Iowa and thinking that you're not good enough and that you shouldn't be sharing your message with people? And when you put yourself in that room and you actually create space to get away from your day-to-day life, your routines, the clients you serve, the family, you actually remember who you are, what lights you up, and what brings you joy. And that is what I love so much about the Goddess Retreat, is seeing women step into their wholeness again by actually creating space to become the fully expressed version of who they authentically are. Oh my gosh, so so good. You guys are amazing. Hello, hi Britt, hi Molly, hi Ricky. Okay, just had to get a quick drink. All right, beautiful recap for the week. I am very excited to see that this is a reminder to step into your authenticity, to really open up and receive, to take the walls down, to let people in, to own your authenticity, to love who you authentically are, to take responsibility for changing how you feel on the inside, the belief system, so that you can manifest a new goal on the outside. And hey, don't listen to those crazy thoughts. Just say, no, girl. Like I always say, fear shows up for me, but I just put her in the back seat. So no one is ever going to be without, where's that card? Without the fear shouting. It's just, do we tune into that radio station or do we put her on mute and throw her in the back seat, which is what I do. Okay, great message to take some time to meditate, to tune inward, to ask your soul and spirit, what is it that I am here to do? And that brings me the most joy at this chapter in my life. Oh, this has been so fun. If you know a soul sister who would love this message, please tag them, share it, post it, whatever you got to do to spread the sparkle magic. And I appreciate you being here every single Wednesday, Woo Woo Wednesday. And if you're watching the replay, let me know, send me a message or comment below, and let me know, do you like the 6 p.m. standard time? Do we like the 3 p.m. in the afternoon? Let me know what worked best for you. I am liking the sunset vibes. It's really giving like a good calming energy. And you guys know sunset is feminine energy versus sunrise is masculine. So this is really in my divine feminine energy alignment. All right, guys, this has been so much fun. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you want to join us at Goddess Retreat and you have been watching from the sideline thinking maybe next year, I don't know if the girls are going to like me, if I'm going to fit in, this is probably one of the wisest groups we've ever had of like incredible older women who are at a turning point in their life and they are just ready to discover like, who is the authentic version of me now that I'm an empty nester, or now that I can finally build that soul, like that dream business of mine. So I'm really excited about the energies that are being attracted to this space. We only have like 2 to 3 spots left. And I have a few more applications to process and interviews to go through. So we make sure that we do an application process so that all the women are in alignment, that you're in the exact right room that you're meant to be in. And if you have been sitting there thinking, I think I kind of want to go, shoot me a message. Let's have a conversation. I can obviously send you all the details, which I've just updated the entire sales page with all kinds of beautiful information to really speak to the type of women that comes to this retreat. So if you've been thinking about it, send me a message. Let's have a real chat. And if you haven't looked over the website already, which we're not taking down Goddess Retreat because you don't own that logo, I feel good about that. We got to fight for what we believe in or know that the chapter has expired. This was the absolute highlight of my day. Oh my gosh, Nikki, thank you so much. I love you, sister. And thank you for being a huge part of the Goddess Retreat last year and coming to Summer Solstice, getting to see you get married and really just embrace your authentic self and raise that level of worth and value of like, I fucking love who I am. I know who I am. Did y'all hear that? Oh my gosh, did y'all hear that? A tree, like a whole ass tree just fell down. So I guess there's that saying, like when a tree falls in the woods, do you hear it? I guess the answer is yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Love it. Loving 6 p.m. Okay. Amazing. Great. Thank you for your feedback. You guys are awesome. I love you so much. That was crazy. A tree just fell. I'm not sure. I'm going to reflect on what that could mean for us, but I love you so much. I will see you guys next Wednesday. And as we get into April, I will probably have to take some of these Woo Wednesdays off. I'll be heading to my friend Sarai's retreat right before we go to Goddess Retreat. We've got an aerial yoga class. I feel like I haven't even mentioned this. So if you're local and you want to come hang around in the slings for aerial yoga, we'll be doing a sound bath and guided movement in Plano on Sunday, April 12th. I'm like, okay, I need to post about that. So y'all are hearing it first. Honor Yoga, April 12th, Sunday, 5 p.m., 3-hour class. We're going to be hanging in our cocoons and listening to some sound vibrations. All right. Send me a message if you need the link because, y'all, I don't think I've even posted it. It might be in my bio. I don't know, but I love you guys. I got to go. I'll